Hi, welcome to Perfect Idol. My name is Cristina V, and I am your host for this batch of judging people. We're trying to find the next big anime voiceover talent, and we have been searching for weeks, and we are drawing closer and closer to the finals. So I'd like to introduce you to our three esteemed judges, Keith Silverstein, Mami Okada, and Patrick Seitz. And introducing guest judge, Poco. Poco will intro.
Hey, Poco.
Yeah, I hate you all. Let's get started. So let's say our very first.
Poco gets all the attention.
Our very first contestant today is a young man named Derek Crawley. And to start off this batch of auditions, we're going to start with Patrick Seitz.
On the talent side of things, he had the Sanji 4 Kids rap from One Piece over him doing I like that he showed the art being done. That's something that a lot of people that chose art as their talent haven't done. But my brain couldn't get around the rap. I was not prepared. On the voice side of things, 20% of it, I timed it just to see. 20% of his time was spent doing like an arm dance with no dialogue, just as the footage ran. He had the energy, but I didn't feel like he had the subtlety or the dynamic variation. And also on a technical level, kind of sibilant. So arm dancing aside, which I love dearly, I'm going to say no.
So that's one no. Let's move on to Mami.
Yes, so Derek, I loved your energy. You have a very, very good projection, and you have a very powerful voice. So, yes, regarding the pronunciation or the sibilant that Patrick said, I do think that you could work on it, but I can see you doing like MMO or first-person shooter kind of video game voice. I think you would be wonderful. I think you have a very great, powerful voice, which a lot of game look for. And then regarding your talent, yeah, drawing was great, but there was no explanations. I wasn't sure how much of animation or drawing you have actually done. And also the rap, I wasn't too impressed. But I'm saying yes.
So we got one no from Patrick, one yes from mine. Moving on to Keith.
All right, that's me with the deciding vote here again. All right, Derek, the talent side. I don't even know what happened. I mean, I pushed play and this insanity ensued. I feel that your actual talent is mass hypnosis, and I'm going to do something later that I'm going to regret. So it was like early 90s rap, a Mario fish, Power Rangers, nose hair, Sonic, Pokemon, and a brain tongue cosplay. So I don't know what you're selling, but I'm buying it. I loved your talent. I can't explain it, but I loved it. It made me feel very tingly and weird inside. Which is tough to do because I'm a serious guy. On the voice, you definitely did not hold back. Mommy put it very nicely when she said you have a powerful voice. That's a very nice way to put it. Everything was like way up there in intensity, and I'm sorry, it was so hard for me to judge because I needed you to bring it down or have some kind of a build or something. Like you can yell, that's cool, but what happens when you have to do something other than yell? So unfortunately for me, I hate being the decider, but it's a thumbs down. But I loved your rap. I will buy your rap.
So send your Rhapsody to Keith Silverstein, and he will send you money back.
Yeah, I'll send it. It's like that gold, cash for gold. I'll send whatever I feel it's worth back to you. I won't tell you ahead of time. I'll just send you a check.
So, Derek, you're not going to be continuing on with Perfect Idol. Thank you so much for your audition and for your time, and we wish you the best of luck in the future. That brings us on to contestant number 2, Melinda Pryor, and we're going to start with Mommy this time. Mommy, what you got to say?
Yes, Melinda, first of all, I actually wasn't sure if you really wanted to audition or not because it was both voice and talent to me it wasn't completed and then you didn't have a confidence all the way through. I can tell you have a very nice voice, but there's no projection, and I didn't feel like you are owning the character. And also the talent, you say, you can sort of do this and then kind of show us a bunch of different things, but there was no commitment. So, I'm sure you're very talented and you're very young, so I hope you can continue, but I'll say no.
So, Keith, what do you think?
This is hard because I feel like a mean guy. Because you're so cute and you put yourself out there, and that's great. On the talent side, basically, if I run into a casting director who's looking for someone who can sort of dance, do the splits, talk roughly like the Wicked Witch of the West, and do Taekwondo kicks, like I'm totally going to think of you and pass on your information. But I wasn't sure that any of that is a talent that you can actually utilize. As far as the voiceover, you're not afraid to put yourself out there. You went for it. I felt like your acting needed some work. Like Mommy said, you're young, so you definitely have time. But I would suggest just still doing some more acting classes. Also, the audio didn't do you any favors. You were standing far back from the camera, and you were just using the camera's audio, and it really didn't sound very good. And part of that wasn't your fault. It was just the way it was recorded. So for me, this time, it's a thumbs down.
So, Patrick, what do you say?
There was that point during the talent video where I really thought she's about to bust out like Taekwondo and dancing and the Wicked Witch of the West voice all at once. And I will admit, when those three things happened sequentially instead of simultaneously, I was a little let down. On the VO side of things, it all was the same scene. Nothing really jumped out at me. I mean, just to parrot what everyone else said, you're young. It doesn't have to happen right now. You've got plenty of time. Watching your video made me feel about 1,000 years old. So just keep at it. You've got plenty of time. But for now, it's not that time yet. So I'm going to say no.
So that is a no from Melinda. Thank you for sending in your submission and letting us give you some feedback. Christopher Brumet, or Brumet, or Brummett. We're going to start off this round with, or Brummett. We're going to start off with Keith this time. Keith?
No. All right, Chris, we'll start with the talent. You play the piano or the keyboard. That's great. That's like a normal talent, and no one argues like that. That's a talent. It was very good. It wasn't the best keyboard I'd ever heard, but you can definitely play. So I'm giving you points because we're getting so many bizarre things that are not talent and people talking about talent. So I'm giving you points on the talent for sure. On the voice, let me first say I don't know why you included the camera setup in the beginning. I don't know if the other judges remember that, but you kind of like struggled with the camera, and then you went, okay. And then you started, and there was a clip, and then you started. So I don't know why that lasted in there. You thought that was good to show us. But whatever. When you started actually acting, I thought good voice, good projection. I liked the acting. The only thing I didn't like was that you decided to play the old man as well. I didn't think it needed that, and it was a little comical for me, you switching back and forth. But what I saw, I really liked. So you know what? You're in with me. I'll give you 3 thumbs up. It counts as 1. I don't have 3. I shouldn't say that. I'll just give you 1. Not a 3. I don't have 3 thumbs.
So that's a yes from Keith.
It was a long-winded yes. Yeah.
Mommy, what did you think of Christopher?
Yeah, so starting with the voice, Chris, I do think you have a very good things going, but again, switching back and forth with the character, and you certainly didn't need to do the old guy's voice. It kind of, took away from the character that you're actually playing, the main character. And then it just felt like you were just trying to catch up to the live video and didn't really feel the moment. And even, when your character hugs the girl and then says her name, I didn't really feel that. And the piano, that was wonderful, great, and it's definitely a familiar song, but it's a little bit rough. I could hear, time to time you had a little bit loose areas. This is an audition, so I wish you could have cleaned that up because I think you could have played it much better. So I say no, sorry.
No from Mommy, which leaves us with Patrick.
On the talent side of things, you can play the piano. You can certainly play the piano more than I can. But again, there's a bit of wiggle. It's kind of loosey-goosey sometimes. It could have been tighter, which I feel hypocritical saying because I can't do it, but you can, so you should have. I wanted to see more. Different songs, better use of the time. The talking went through half of the video. And then on the VO end of things, your clip was 1 minute long, and I didn't hear a word until 20 seconds into that clip. So again, 1/3 of your time that you have wasn't used for anything. I agree with Mommy that doing the older guy's voice didn't do you any favors. I mean, people keep doing that thing where they're like, I'm going to do all the characters, and it's poison. It's not working out for anybody, because even if you're doing this professionally, I'm never going to go in and do the dude and the dude talking to the dude and the other dude in the scene. Like, that's not a good thing. That's not something that's going to happen. That's the worst case scenario. That shouldn't happen. So I'm gonna say, just for a variety of reasons, the dead air, not an efficient use of time, everything's sort of sounding the same, and the doing all the voices thing, I'm gonna go with no.
Ah, so close.
Ain't that keeping thumbs?
いつの日にか大人になると君は伝えたかったのですか夢と空は彼方過去と未来交わす約束は時を超え胸の奥の深い場所で Sail away その時を待つどんな輝きだろう固くなど笑われたならばずっとこうして閉ざしてただろう柔らかく光は凛としてこの目には眩しかったんだ闇を引き裂くように引きつけられてゆく空は彼方過去と未来交わす約束は時を超え胸の奥の深い場所で Sail away その時を待つど